Beachcricket. I'm here in my job, working my third shift, graveyard shift at the hotel. And so I have some free time to talk. I am going to do something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I got an Ancestry DNA kit, and I'm going to explain why I bought this. I have had some experience with this through my daughters. They both did 23andMe, and we got some different contacts of some situations that we didn't know about, relatives, and it was pretty fascinating. Um, I really have been wanting to do this because I have siblings that were outside the marriage of my parents, and one of them is a sister, and I've never had a sister, so I'm hoping that maybe I can find her. I don't really know much about her at all. I just know that she exists, and I know I have brothers. I have other brothers. I mean, I already had five, which I love all of them very much, and it's just crazy how that works out, but it is what it is. I just thought that it would be an interesting way also to trace. I do know a lot about my lineage, but it would be awesome to, pinpoint it a little bit more in finer detail. It's really interesting how genetics works and how we all have progressed to be who we all are individually and where our ancestors came from that make all of us the unique pieces of beautiful individual souls that we are. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm really, really interested. This also shows this. I bought the kit that also has traits, and so we'll find out what traits are genetically, predispositioned for my DNA. It's very easy. I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen what they entail. It's just the kit that you spit into and mix it in, put that in there, put that in here, and then put it into the bag and ship it off, and voila, you'll find out some stuff about your DNA. I think it opens up a whole new world to who you are that you never knew. I always like watching those shows where the different stars on TV do their ancestry, genetic ancestry, and trace back to what they have never known, the facts, and it's just really interesting to see. And a lot of people are amazed at some of the characteristics that their ancestors have that they can tell, are very similar to their own. So I'm really looking forward to seeing a little bit about who I come from. I think we're all really interested in knowing a little bit about our background and the kind of people that we came from. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll share everything as soon as it comes back. So we'll see what happens. All right. New thing in the Beachcricket life. Finding out a little bit more about who I am. Also, I must give a beautiful tribute shout out to my Aunt Ruth. I was notified today by my cousin Tracy, who is an angel. Love her. She let me know that my Aunt Ruth passed away today. And what is so weird about that is she's been on my mind all week. Just in my mind, I couldn't really push it out. It was just like, why is she popping in my head so much? And then I realized her time is coming. She doesn't have much time left. There was no way to really talk to her or say goodbye because she was in a facility and she had dementia and she was pretty much out of it. Didn't know who, what, when, where most of the time. So it's uh, it's hard to see somebody that you loved and cared for all your life go down like that. But it's just how it happened, and it's an acceptance that you have to deal with. And so I was notified today, and so that's the last of my mother's siblings. First was her older brother, Harold, who was such a sweetheart. I used to call him Cary Grant. He used to laugh because I don't look anything like Cary Grant. I'm not that good looking. He was very handsome. And in my mind, he was my form of Cary Grant. He was gorgeous. He was a wonderful, wonderful person. Just really, yeah, he was that guy. And then I had another uncle, his younger brother, and that was Uncle Ors, and he was a Vietnam War veteran. And I got to see him on my travels. He had messaged and said that he wasn't doing well. Found out that he had sundowners and along with the Agent Orange problems. And so I'm like, well, I'll be there. I'll come visit you. And he goes, really? And I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. I'll probably be there in about 2 weeks. So I got there in 2 weeks, and he was so happy to see me. And we got to talk and laugh and joke. And I got to tell him something that I forgot to tell him all these years gone by after he, came home from Nam. I told him, I said, I've always wanted to tell you this. And I just never, for some reason, got around to not telling you. And I want to tell you thank you for coming to see us, me and my brothers, when you got home from Nam. It meant the world to us because I'm getting a little choked up because you see, we had already lost an uncle on my dad's side, his little brother. He was the first photographer in Nam to be killed, and that was Kermit Yoho. And so we had lost him, and oh, that was so devastating to lose him. And then when Ors was going to Nam, we were so frightened. We were so scared for him. We did not want to lose another uncle, and we loved him. We didn't want to lose him, and we knew him better because he was around our age. He was only a couple of years older than me. And so, anyway, I told him, I said, I've always wanted to thank you for doing that, for coming to us and just embracing us as family, that you love us and you're glad you're home, and you know you had to come see us. And he just welled up in tears, and he goes, thank you. For most of us, when we came back from Nam, we didn't get a thank you, and it was really hard on a lot of us because there was so much angst and so much going on at that period in time with the Vietnam War that it just didn't feel like we were ever given a thanks. And to hear you say that to me right now is just huge. So I was really glad that I got to do that. And we shared a bunch of funny, silly stuff that happened, as we were growing up and stuff, and visits and all that kind of stuff. And it was wonderful. Just enjoyed it so much, the visit. And then I went on with my travels, and it wasn't no longer than a month, and my uncle Urs was passed away. He died. So it was really just a blessing to be able to have gotten to see him before that. So yeah, some of the things that we experience in our life that we don't realize how important they are, you know. Well, he was the next one of my mom's siblings, and then the next one was my mom. My mom passed away, and I'm traveling, and I was in Lake Havasu in Arizona when I got the news. So that was she was going to be cremated, so didn't want a service or anything. So that was that on that. And then today, my Aunt Ruth. So she's the last. She was funny. I remember all the funny stuff with her. And she was a Catholic, and she had lots of gorgeous, beautiful children, which are my cousins. And, you know, they loved her deeply. They were always there for her. And she was blessed very much so on having a beautiful family. So I just wanted to pay tribute to those members of my family today and fly high, Aunt Ruth. Soar high on your new journey. Mwah. Blessings to you. So that's all that. All right. See you guys. So the one big thing about all these surprises in life, they make it interesting, and they're versatile and make it an adventure in its own to who you are and who you're associated with, all the different life twists and turns that make us who we are. And it's just an amazing journey, isn't it? So, anyway, that's all I've got for now. Just thought I'd share a little bit of a new adventure I'm going on. All right, Beach Cricket out. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.